Do you believe wholeheartedly that Jay-Z your father?
I really do.
You've been ducking this boy's DNA for all it's like. Take the test.
Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else.
Chances are, just out of nowhere, random universal selection, this boy who's not related to you has your nose, has your mouth, has your brow line, has your hairline. It's like all of this just by accident.
50 Cent is living his best life right now because Jay-Z just got slammed with the kind of legal bomb that could shake his entire world. A judge has officially ruled that Rhymir Carter's paternity case is moving forward. No more stalling. No more ducking the spotlight.
The big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with
So
this.
now look, what I'm saying to you is, look, when you start looking at, that's not mine, that's theirs, they're Harper, right? But when you look at, M is looking at the entire legacy.
Yeah.
The whole thing, like with M.
And here's the kicker. Jay-Z has until July 18th to finally answer up. Miss that, and things could spiral out of control even quicker. But here's where it gets spicy. Word on the street is that 50 Cent is footing all of Rhymir's legal bills himself. Yeah, you heard that right. He's allegedly bankrolling the whole fight, and to twist the knife even deeper, he's giving Rhymir a prime feature in his upcoming documentary, the one already rumored to blow the lid off both Diddy and Jay-Z. This isn't just legal drama. This is a straight-up battle for reputation, power, and legacy.
She met Jay-Z and had intercourse with him. How old was she?
I would say I think she was about 16, 17, or 16, just turning 16 or 17. I know it was one of them.
And Jay-Z was what age?
I wouldn't happen to know. I think was he in his 20s?
I read 22.
Oh, yeah.
I think I read 22, but he was in.
Yes, I wouldn't happen to know his age, but 22, I'm pretty sure if they put that out there, then
it's war now. And the stakes, they're huge. This isn't some brand new gossip headline. Rhymir's been claiming for years that Jay-Z is his biological father, while his mom insists she had a relationship with Jay back in 1992 when she was only 16. That detail alone takes this way beyond just tabloid talk.
I try not to get frustrated, basically. I really try not to think about it, I go on with my life because, anything could happen, but, I still gotta live for myself at the end of the day. I still gotta work and bring in income for me. I can't sit around. I gotta get up off my feet and do something. I can't wait on the world. Like, I can't say, I can't wait on anybody to want to respond when they want to. It is important that I know who my biological father is, just because, my mom's health, I don't know if it's coming from our family or it's coming from the other side, and that would be something I really would want to find out because, in the future, you don't know what could happen. And a lot of people are so quick to judge because they see somebody coming out and try to find out if the person, trying to find out things, they so negative to push you down.
If even a slice of this turns out true, it's a wrap. And here's the bombshell twist. Sources say Beyoncé has been quietly working overtime to keep this story buried. But now 50 Cent stirring the pot. The judge has greenlit the case, and the whispers just exploded into a full-on storm. The streets are talking, saying this could tear Jay-Z's world apart, his image under fire, his marriage under strain, and his billion-dollar empire trembling at its core. But let's back it up. Who exactly is Rhymir Carter? And why has this dragged on for more than a decade with barely any mainstream attention? Well, his real name is actually Rhymir, not Carter like people assumed, and he's not just chasing headlines. This man's been fighting for the truth since he was 19. That's more than half his life dedicated to proving one thing. Jay-Z is his father, Rhymir's late mother. Wanda swore she met Jay in the early 90s while she was still underage. They hooked up, she got pregnant, and when she tried to reach him, silence, total ghosting, no answers, no support. Now that Rhymir's grown, he's done playing nice, he's coming for answers and he's coming hard. Here's where it gets even more tangled. His godmother, Lily Coley, claims Jay-Z's camp actually tried to make peace early on, even floating the idea of bringing Rhymir into ROC Nation because of his music talent. But somewhere, the script flipped. New lawyers stepped in, the tone went cold, and talks died. Something serious went down behind closed doors. Why the sudden shift? Let's be real, once Jay's team saw how deep the legal rabbit hole could go, panic likely set in. This isn't just about a fling. If Rhymir's story holds, it involves moving a minor across state lines. Allegedly, Jay-Z took a 16-year-old from Philly to Brooklyn. That's not just scandalous, that could be criminal. No wonder his lawyers have spent over a decade burying, delaying, and sidestepping, because if this case blows up, it could hit his empire like an earthquake: lawsuits, public outrage, and possibly even criminal probes. So here's the breakdown. We've got a 32-year-old man chasing the same truth since he was a teenager. His mom left a signed statement before passing away, detailing every alleged detail. And now a fed-up judge is pushing this case forward. No more games. Oh, and don't forget 50 Cent's right there, front row. He's not only funding the fight, he's rolling cameras for that explosive Diddy and Jay-Z takedown doc.
The Beyonce thing came when a friend of mine who knew her, somebody in her camp, and she said something, supposedly, this is all hearsay, about regarding saying Rhymir needs to go away, little boy, something to that effect. There was something out there. But people were saying that she's a big part of the problem for him, and some of the things that she was doing, a woman would not.
This isn't just a paternity case anymore. It's a full-blown shakeup in hip-hop power, and the timing could not be worse for Jay-Z. With Diddy already catching major heat, fans are starting to question everything they thought they knew about the biggest names in rap. And now, behind the scenes, there's quiet chatter that some evidence lined up against Diddy might just point straight back to Jay. The game is shifting. Voices that were ignored for years are finally being heard. Jay-Z might have believed this story would stay buried forever, but 2025 showed up swinging hard, and nothing stays hidden anymore. Let's rewind to where it all began. 1992. Jay-Z was still hustling for his spot in the rap game when Wanda Rhymir's mother says she crossed paths with him. According to her, Jay picked her up in Philly and drove her straight to his aunt's place in Brooklyn. That alone raises eyebrows. Why take a teenage girl across state lines? That's not just questionable, that's flirting with illegality. 2 weeks later, she says he came back for one last visit and then vanished. No calls, no contact, nothing. Total ghost. But it gets darker. Dr. Lily Coley, a close friend of Wanda's, claims there's way more to this story. Back then, Jay-Z was going by his street name, Rock, and the spot where this all allegedly happened. It wasn't some quiet neighborhood. It was a well-known drug-dealing hub, and according to Coley, Jay was allegedly in the hustle himself. When Wanda found out she was pregnant, she had no way to reach him. Scared and out of options, she did what many young girls in her position have done. She put her then-boyfriend, Robert Graves, on the birth certificate. But that lie didn't hold for long. Fast forward to 2011. Robert took a DNA test, and the results couldn't be clearer. He wasn't the father. The court removed his name. And since Wanda swore she'd only been with two men, Robert and Jay, Rhymir decided it was time to stop wondering and start fighting. He filed the paternity case in 2010. From day one, the case was messy. Paperwork, errors, endless delays, and Jay-Z's legal team refusing to play ball. This wasn't just a family matter, it was the start of a drawn-out war with one of the most powerful figures in music. Rhymir claims Jay-Z's lawyers have been running dirty plays from the jump, paying off attorneys, maybe even judges, to keep the truth buried. And when you see how chaotic this case has been handled, it's hard not to think he might have a point. The case has been tossed out, refiled, bounced from one court to another. Delayed so many times it feels like a bad TV rerun. Every time Rhymir that gets close to answers, the finish line moves. At one point, Jay's lawyers even argued he couldn't be forced to take a DNA test in New Jersey because he didn't own property there. That was their defense. But Rhymir pulled receipts documents showing Jay did have New Jersey property at the time, blowing that excuse to pieces. You'd think that would be the turning point. But instead of moving forward with the DNA test, the case was shuffled, again passed around like a hot potato while the defense kept playing stall ball. And here's the thing, Rhymir is not some clout-chasing internet troll. He's been in this fight for over a decade, funding it himself, dropping evidence, and refusing to shut up. He even took it to the Supreme Court for justice, blocked. Again, the higher he climbs, the harder the walls hit back. Insiders say Jay's team has worked overtime to delay, deny, and deflect from fighting court jurisdiction to conveniently missing deadlines. It's giving power moves, it's giving cover-up. And now even legal experts are asking the obvious. If he's not the father, why not just take the test and end it? Rhymir's answer: if you're not my dad, prove it. But Jay. Radio. Silence. No public statements. No clear denial. Nothing. And whispers are getting louder that this isn't just about paternity. It's about what those results would unlock. If the DNA says Rhymir is his son, the fallout could be massive. Lawsuits, years of back child support, damages for lost opportunities, and a tidal wave of bad press. We're talking millions. And it would shatter Jay's carefully crafted image as the devoted family man. 2 Make matters worse for Jay, Rhymir's legal team is pushing to unseal old records, files that were never properly examined and could allegedly reveal how far Jay's people went to smother this. And with 50 Cent amplifying the story and dragging it into the spotlight, the pressure is now higher than it's ever been. This isn't just personal anymore, it's about power, money, and the truth. It's a full-blown spectacle now. and fans are locked in, watching every step, ready to pounce if Jay even slips once. The internet is dissecting it all. Every court date, every interview, every single move tied to this case. Rhymir isn't backing down, and Jay-Z's silence. It's starting to feel like an answer on its own. Let's be real, if someone had been falsely claiming to be your child for over a decade, wouldn't you shut it down with one simple test? Just one. But Jay hasn't, and that silence is only making the whispers louder. Meanwhile, Beyoncé's name keeps getting dragged into the mess. Insiders say she's been doing everything possible to keep this scandal from splashing onto her brand. Word is, she's been urging Jay to settle it quietly before it explodes into her world completely. And honestly, can you blame her? The entire empire is built on perfection, control, and image. This situation is pure chaos. But here's where it gets even more interesting: the timing. Fans are noticing how all of this is breaking while other hip-hop heavyweights are facing serious legal fire. Diddy's empire is crumbling. Others are under investigation. And now Jay-Z's allegedly dodging a decades-old paternity bombshell. People are starting to wonder just how deep this so-called brotherhood really goes. Who's protecting who, and at what cost? This isn't just about Rhymir anymore. It's about a pattern, a culture of silence, manipulation, and erasure. And Rhymir is done being erased. He's forcing one of hip-hop's biggest names to confront the very thing he's avoided for years. Which brings us to 50 Cent. This isn't trolling for fun anymore. He's allegedly bankrolling what could become the biggest paternity scandal in hip-hop history. And with a judge now putting real pressure on this case, that clock is ticking louder than ever. Rhymir Carter is standing firm. No PR spin, no hush money, no backing down. And with that July 18th deadline rushing in, Jay-Z's running out of corners to hide in. The world wants answers. Will he finally take the DNA test, or pull another legal trick to sidestep the truth? One thing's certain, 50 Cent's not letting go. He's riding this wave all the way, making sure every twist, every revelation, plays out in front of the cameras. From sit-down interviews to the upcoming documentary, this isn't just about spilling secrets. It's about shaking the very foundation of Jay-Z's carefully crafted image. And the best part, we're just getting started. So now the question is, will Harv finally face the music, or keep playing the same game that's worked for decades? Either way, we're watching, the fans are watching. And 50 is grinning like he just hit the jackpot. What do you think Jay-Z's next move will be? Drop your thoughts below. Should he take the test or keep dodging? And make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you want more deep dives just like this.